Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Trump officially has been spied on, surveilled, wires tapped. And I've had a discussion with, you guessed it, my buddy Frank, right after, as we were at lunch. We talked about that a little bit. And I only to find out when I got back to work, breaking news, Donald Trump was right. But we're talking about it at lunch, and I said, look, I'm going to tell you something, Frank. I've noticed, and I may have said this the other day when I did my Trump video about the same thing, where I said Alex Jones and Trump from 2004 to 2010 were apparently spied on. So he has in fact been spied on, if you will, but we're talking about what he recently said, right leading up to the election and whatever he was spied on, which has now been confirmed. But I said, Frank, the people they're asking at the top, I said, notice the specific way they're answering this. I can tell you for sure that there were no physical wiretaps on Trump at Trump Tower, etc. I can tell you that with absolute certainty. And nobody thought to say, physical wiretaps, you mean like the old 1960s, 70s, and 80s things? No, that's old school. We know you don't even need to do that anymore. You now have every call recorded. Every cell phone, every landline, every voice over IP call, they're all logged. Did you get any of that information on Mr. Trump leading up to the elections? No one thought to ask that. They just left that alone and let them answer, well, there were no physical wiretaps on Trump Tower. And when I heard that, I said, that means that they've been spying on this guy, and they're trying to beat around that bush and skate around that question by answering it a different way, not really answering the question. Because the question essentially is, well, was his wires tapped? Not saying it the right way. They should have asked, was he being spied on? Was any of his calls being recorded and then listened to, played back, or for any reason by the government? That's how it should have come across, but it never did. Which is why they answered it with their nonsense way. Well, the physical wiretaps, I can tell you that didn't happen. Okay, well, guess what? Thanks, Zero Hedge, for breaking this. More importantly, the representative broke it on Twitter, but Zero Hedge covers it, of course. It appears Trump may have been right again. Listen, when I tell you and repeat that Donald Trump said, I'm going to win so much, and I think he said we, the supporters, the Trump admin himself, we're going to win so much, so many times, you're going to get sick and tired. You're going to want me to lose at least one. You're going to get sick of me winning so much. And I also told you, if that man comes out here and tweets something absurd, he would never do that unless he knows. He's a very, very smart man. He knows better than to fall for some gimmick and post it and say, oh, I got to retract that. And I got some flack in my last video. Got some flack. I saw it. Guess what? Jason M4 was right. I told you. Because why? Because I believe everything he's saying. He hasn't come out yet and made a claim that wasn't true. It's like WikiLeaks. And if you just became president, would you dare make an absurd statement like that if it wasn't true and you didn't dot your I's and cross your T's? Absolutely not. Well, we expect the president to issue a apology to former President Barack Obama. Judge Napolitano, he's being let go from Fox News. He's no longer on the show because he's running with the story of the Trump wiretap thing, which is absurd. There's no proof of that, so we had to can him. But I thought it was Fox News. Fox News wasn't CNN and MSNBC. I thought Fox News was a good guy. Sean Hannity's on there. What? Huh? Fox News is part of the club, too. But maybe they'll rehire Judge Napolitano and issue him the apology. Sorry for firing you on more fake news. Oh, sorry, Judge Napolitano. Please don't sue us. We'll put you back on. We'll double your pay. Okay? Sorry about that. Anyways, 2 days after FBI Director James Comey shot down Trump's allegation that Trump was being wiretapped by President Obama before the election, it appears that President Trump may have been onto something, because moments ago, the House Intelligence Chairman, Devin Nunes, told reporters that the U.S. intelligence community incidentally collected information on members of President Trump's transition team, possibly including Trump himself, and the information was widely disseminated in intelligence reports. As the Associated Press also adds, Nunes said that President Donald Trump's communications may have been monitored during the transition period as part of an incidental collection. Nunes told a news conference Wednesday that the communications appear to be picked up through incidental collection and do not appear to be related to the ongoing investigation from the FBI into Trump's associates' contacts with Russia. He says he believes the intelligence collections were done legally, although in light of the dramatic change in the plot line, it may be prudent to reserve judgment on how, quote-unquote, incidental it was. I recently confirmed that on numerous occasions, the intelligence community collected information on U.S. individuals involved in the Trump transition, Nunes told reporters. Details about U.S. persons involved in the incoming administration with little or no apparent foreign intelligence value were widely disseminated in intelligence community reports, he said. The information was legally brought to him by sources who thought we should know it, Nunes said, though he provided little detail on the source. Nunes also said that additional names of Trump transition officials had been unmasked in the intelligence reports. He indicated that Trump's communications may have been swept up. Swept up? Like cleaning the floor? Nah. Swept up like we only meant to gather some people around Trump, transition team, and swept up Donald Trump himself, his communications. The House Intel chair said he had viewed dozens of documents showing that the information had been incidentally collected. He said that he believes the information was legally collected. Right. Keyword. He believes it was legally. Right? Buzzwords. Listen to their buzzwords. He believes that they were legally collected. Well, Mr. Nunes, are you a judge or an expert on law? Actually, no. But thank you for coming out and telling us what we already knew. He was being surveilled. Anyways, he believes the information was legally collected. Nunes said that the intelligence has nothing to do with Russia and that the collection occurred after the presidential election. Nunes said he briefed House Speaker Paul Ryan on the revelation and will inform the White House later today. Nunes' statement comes after he and other congressional leaders pushed back on Trump's claims that former President Obama had his wires tapped in Trump Tower ahead of the election. Nunes said Wednesday that it was unclear whether the information incidentally collected originated in Trump Tower. So we're not sure yet. Okay. The revelation comes in the wake of the committee's explosive hearing on Monday, at which FBI Director James Comey confirmed that the Bureau has been investigating Russia's election hacking since July, which includes probing possible coordination between members of Trump's presidential campaign in Moscow. The meeting represented the panel's first open hearing on its investigation into Russia's election meddling, and also featured testimonies from NSA Director Admiral Mike Rogers. Nunes says the communications of Trump associates were also picked up, but he did not name those associates. He says the monitoring mostly occurred in November, December, and January. Mostly? Mostly occurred November, December, and January. Then what about the teeny bit? If that's most of it, the other part of it, when was that collected? Oh, I bet it was before the election. He added that he learned of the collection through sources, but did not specify those sources. Politico adds that Nunes is going to the White House later Wednesday to brief the Trump administration on what he has learned, which he said came from the sources. While there are no further details, we look forward to how the media narrative will change as a result of today's latest dramatic development. Donald Trump right again. Webbot report. March. Political chaos and things. Get ready for it. It's coming. March 2017. Webbot right again. And I have another video that I told myself to do on the way home today as a bonus, not realizing I'd have to come out here even earlier to bring you this breaking news. But I need to talk a little bit about Bitcoin, Bitcoin Core, Bitcoin Ultimate, or Unlimited, whatever. And it's good news, by the way, it's good news. But I felt like, I'm going to do a little bonus and do a ride home video. Maybe I'll upload it tonight. And maybe I still will do that. But, again, I didn't plan on coming out here right now and giving you this breaking news because that was supposed to be conspiracy theory. He's a liar. He should be impeached. What's that bozo representative name? The black lady, one of the ones who kept standing up. I object. I object to the vote count. Do you have a senator's signature? Well, not yet. Then it's over. This is not a debate. Stand down. Next. I object. Kathleen Walters, something. Is that it? Get ready for impeachment. Get ready for impeachment. Why? Because you think he's lying about the wiretapping and those things? Yes. Essentially, yeah. Now what? Maybe you should be checked into a psychiatric ward. Because the so-called conspiracy theorists are right again. And Donald Trump has been accused of being a conspiracy theorist. And when he went on the Alex Jones show before he became president and said, Alex, if I win this election, I become the president, your people are really going to like me a lot. And I got to tell you, thus far, it's only been 2 months, thus far, I'm really starting to like him a lot. Don't care for some of those choices, pointed here, whoa, Goldman Sachs, but nonetheless, he just won again at the G20. They want globalism, global trade, the way it is. You should abide by your future previous administrations and their agreements with us. No, sorry, President Trump doesn't agree. Doesn't want that. He's for America first, and you all should be for your countries first too. He doesn't like the global trade thing, and so yeah, we're not down with all this. Breaking news: China and Japan, and they've decided that they're going to back off on those stances they originally had. Donald Trump won for the American people again. Who would have thought early on, before he did anything, I think even before he stepped into the Oval Office, wasn't he already saying, I'm going to win so much, we're going to win so much on everything we do, we're going to win so much, you're going to get tired of me winning. How arrogant can you be? Only to be found right thus far. Having said that, Thursday, supposedly, unless it gets postponed, the healthcare bill. He doesn't have the votes. This will not pass. Absolute certainty. Cannot do it. Won't do it. It's not going to happen. It doesn't include this. The conservatives want that. Yada yada yada. Remains to be seen. Will he win? And if he doesn't win, what happens? Because Obamacare is failing and it's collapsing, and it will not be able to continue. So they have to do something one way or the other. The issue is, we have 5% of the population who is super sick, costing 40% of those rates we pay. Half of the rates, how high they are, that's due to them. Again, I'm a person to help people. I enjoy helping people. I want to help people. But don't tell 95% of a population anywhere that you're responsible for paying for this 5% over here. And by the way, these people are so expensive, it'll make you sick to your stomach, and how much you're going to have to cough up for your own health care, because you're also paying for theirs. I'm sorry, 5%? 40% of all of the healthcare costs we have in this country are because of these 5%? That's what I heard on the news and the radio on the way home. 5%. But the voting can go 51, 49, 52, 48, and everybody's cool. I mean, there's some snowflakes and, trying to the protesting it. Like the Webbot said, that stuff's pretty much done. I mean, right? When's the last time you heard about a big protest somewhere? It's over. Webbot said that'd be over. Don't worry about it. We're okay. So essentially, we're okay with that. 52, 40, 52% tells the 48, or the 51 tells the 49. Here's how things are going to go. Well, so it's democracy. It's democracy. But all of a sudden, 95% can't tell the 5%, listen, we love you as humans, but we can't afford $10,000 payment per visit for you to get your cancer treatment or your heart surgery stuff, or, you're going to have to take one for the team. If that includes dying, we love you. Humanity, we love you. But nature's trying to take its course, and you're fighting it. And you're making us fight it with you via money out of our pockets, and huge money at that. I understand, but how would you feel if your grandfather was gonna die? Oh, how old's your grandfather? Who's 85? Why are we trying to keep an 85-year-old person alive and second surgery, third surgery, open heart? Yeah, I mean, follow me. And I'm a humanitarian. I love people. You know, I'm about people. But if it's costing tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars, and the Grim Reaper's been knocking on someone's door, they're 85, 89 years old, let them go. It's time to let them go. You know, don't tell the 18, 19, 25, 35, year old people, you're the healthiest, you're not hardly going to come to us for anything at all. We're going to nail you with the $1,200, Jason, for your family. I'm 39, but I'm talking for the last 3 years, it's been the same price. So 37-ish, 36, 37 years old, $1,200 a month, Jason, for you, your family of 5. But we don't really go to the hospital, really. I mean, or doctors, very, very rarely. I could pay out of pocket, and I don't know that I'd even spend $1,200 on a normal year for the Jason 4 family. And I've got to pay that per month? Well, there's all these other sick people, you know what I mean? So anyways, time to stop ranting. Had to bring you the breaking news. And we'll talk about Bitcoin, the Bitcoin Core, and Bitcoin, I keep wanting to say Ultimate. It's not Ultimate. Bitcoin Unlimited. I don't know why I keep thinking that. And again, it's not, well, do I sell my Bitcoin? Do I get that new one? I'm gonna discuss it on the way home. We have nothing to worry about, whether it branches off, forks off, doesn't. They take one idea over the other and just keep one. It won't matter. That's the good news. Because if the price moves, it doesn't really matter. You're gonna have them either way, both. So, technically. So we'll get into that later. Take care.